Hey, everyone, we are going to talk about oxidative stress today. And me being a school teacher, I love that and I do miss school teaching. So I'm Eileen and I'm glad to join you. I am so excited to share this information with you because it's something that's made a huge difference in my life. And we're going to talk about oxidative stress. I think a lot of you have probably been hearing about oxidative stress and wondering, what is that? Why is it important? Because I want you to kind of just clear your minds of everything that you think that you know about the body and disease processes and go back to where we were in biology 101. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some little things that I made, and then we're going to do a little demonstration over here. So first, how many of you exhibit any of these signs or symptoms? Allergies, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, cold sweats, hot sweats, headaches, migraines. These are all signs and symptoms of stress, right? And we all know that. Let's go back to Biology 101. This is where we're going to go back to the basics. Right. So number one, we know that our cells duplicate. Cells die, cells need to be cleaned out of the body, and cells replicate. Our body is constantly in a healing state. And it does that particularly at nighttime when we're asleep. And we know that from our REM sleep, that's where our body heals. Now, what happens if your body can't eliminate all those toxins? They stay in your body, right? And those accumulated toxins are attacking the cell, and the cell gets damaged, and it then can look like this. So this is your healthy cell. This is a cell being hit by those damaging toxins, and then it turns into this, and then you know what's happening? This cell gets duplicated. Now, if it only duplicates a couple of times, we're fine, but after it duplicates time and time again, then we start having more greater symptoms, maybe numbness and tingling, maybe depression, maybe anxiety. All of these things are signs of oxidative stress, and then they get them named as a disease. So truly, the definition of oxidative stress is an imbalance of your body being able to eliminate toxins in your body. Pretty simple, right? So it doesn't matter whether you have high blood pressure, heart disease, brain trauma. It just doesn't matter because we're just looking at the cellular level of the body. Here are some of those stressors that we live with. We can have financial stress. We can have driving in the car, and even eating dinner. It doesn't have to be a stress. It's something good in your body. So this is an example of you putting gas in your car, and your car exhibits exhaust, right? That's trash from the car being able to function. Our bodies do the same thing. We intake food, our body burns it, makes energy out of it, and then we eliminate the toxins. We sometimes don't eliminate all the toxins, and actually our body's ability to eliminate those toxins decrease over time. So we're going to look at the science of how they figured all this out. Let's take a step back into 1968, Duke University, Professor Erwin Frodovich. He discovers we have toxins in the body. They called them free radicals. He found out we have 6 trillion. That's 32 with 23 zeros. That's a big number. So he discovered we have these. They discovered we get them, just as I said on the last one, we get those through our environment, through UV rays, through just our body burning up, transferring food into usable energy, into inflammation, exercising, gas fumes. I mean, even right now, I have electrical light going through me. I have Wi-Fi waves. I have cell phone waves. I have radio waves. All of these things are disrupting my cellular structure. And if I don't have a strong armor on, figuratively, I am going to experience the effects of those toxins hitting my cells. So the cool thing is the next year in 1969, his student, Dr. Joe McCord, he found out our body has a defense system to get rid of those toxins. And we are all familiar with this statement. It's called antioxidants. So this is just a fun cartoon I found of antioxidant kicking off the free radicals. But in reality, what are we looking at for antioxidants? We're looking at foods. We know that foods are antioxidants. We are buying them by the dozens right now. I even saw a face cream saying we have antioxidants in our face cream. They understand the value of antioxidants. So antioxidants, when you consume them, one antioxidant gets one free radical. Now remember I said we had 32 sextillion free radicals a day. That's a lot of food you're gonna have to consume. However, if your healthy cell makes antioxidants, it makes one cell makes 1 million neutralizers for antioxidants. Which would you rather have, a 1-to-1 ratio or a 1-to-1 million? So then the question behoves, how do we do that? So now we're going to go to our example down here. So I put down here a cup. This cup is going to represent our life's health. And I put some colored water in here so we could actually see it in the cup. So when we're born, and unfortunately we are born with over 200 toxins in our body at this point, according to a brain doctor. So we get toxins in our life every day, and then we go to sleep at night, and our body heals. And we start the next day, and things happen, and you get some more toxins. And you go to sleep at night, and your body heals. Let's say you didn't get a good sleep that night. So the next day, you're already starting with a glass that's partially full. And then we have more toxins. So we're going to fast forward years, because they say diseases in your body 10 years before it's actually exhibited. So I can fill this cup all the way to the top, and it doesn't overflow. But what happens if I add some outside stressors? So now my cup is full. This is where you're going to find yourself being, oh, I should have my camera on me. You should find yourself being more irritated, more agitated, tired, lethargic, however you express your stress levels is that. And so we're going to add just a few more toxins, and the cup starts to overflow. Now let's say we have a big stressor into our lives. Say we have a disease, or we all of a sudden we ate peanut butter and we're allergic to it, and those toxins make our cup overflow. Now we go to the doctor and they name us with a disease. What can we do to avoid this or make it less? There's actually technology out there today that they can lower your toxin rate 40% in 30 days. What would that look like? And then if they could eliminate 70% in 120 days, what would that look like? How would your life look different if you just eliminated some of those toxins from your body? So let's go back here to my little slideshow here. So just to review, oxidative stress is overpowering our bodies, and we just can't make enough antioxidants. So we need to do things to make more antioxidants. I'll put myself in the camera right there. This is from PubMed.gov, which we'll talk about in a second. But your body can take out this oxidative stress in any organ of the body. So on here, we've got Alzheimer's, we have fibromyalgia, we have inflammation, we have autoimmune diseases, we have named diseases. And I have good news for those of you who have not had a named disease. Be glad, because you know what it means? It means the body process hasn't elevated to that level that the doctors can identify it, which means you have a chance of turning things around faster than someone who already has a named disease. There are studies out there showing that 20% of our disease processes are actually DNA based. The other 80% are environmentally based. So if you can clean up your environment, you could do smarter things with your body, what might you avoid or have less of an impact on in your life? So these are things that you can do. You can eat right. You can make good choices with your foods. You can be happy. You can laugh every day. You breathe, you exercise. And we all know those things, and how many of us actually do them. This is one way to help you reduce your toxins intake in your life. This is the Think Dirty app. It is an amazing app. They've evaluated over 1,000 products of hair care, skin care. Because think about it. Your skin is your largest organ, and it's exposed all the time to the environment, and it soaks in all of those toxins very quickly. So you need to make sure you're putting good things on your skin and on your hair. And that's another discussion for another time. But this is what I was telling you about PubMed. So when you go onto a TV commercial or in a magazine, and you look up and they tell you about a study, they aren't validated research studies. Validated research studies means that it has been sent to 5 different scientists blind, that they have to decide whether the research was true or not. Only when it's true is it published on PubMed.gov. So I went on there just yesterday and I typed in oxidative stress in the search bar, and it came with over 205 research articles. It is an amazing resource. If you go in there and you type in oxidative stress and arthritis, I guarantee you there's going to be studies. Oxidative stress and autism, huge amount of studies. Oxidative stress is huge in autism. Oxidative stress and fibromyalgia and multiple sclerosis and cardiovascular disease and brain traumas. I mean, you name a disease, and I've been shocked how many rare diseases are even in there for studies. And that just shows you how important it is that we attack this oxidative stress issue. So we were going to end with one last thing. And I hope you share this information with people you love, because there's a lot of us that are caught up in, well, my disease, it has too much C5 protein. So it really doesn't matter what your disease is doing. You take care of that with your doctor. But what we do know is that if we help our cells be as healthy as possible and we take out that garbage, we will have a higher quality of life. We don't claim to cure, prevent, or mitigate any diseases, but you can have a higher quality of life, and it's very exciting. So here's my last statement for this. So laughter can't, I gotta take off my glasses. Laughter can't solve your problems, but it can sure dissolve them. And that's from the Laughing Yoga. So oxidative stress, I want you to open your minds to this huge concept. Share this with people you love. If you want more information, please contact me, because I love sharing with people. And I have found so much better things. Oh, I wanted to show one more thing to you. So when you are dealing with disease, I want you to think of a beaver's dam that's made with some twigs and rocks and things. So let's say there's a leak, so you stick your finger in it, and then there's another leak, so you stick a finger in it. And that's kind of like your health. When we have health issues going on inside of our body, we start feeding the symptoms. So we take either a medication for the symptoms, or me, I was taking all of these. I was taking one for my brain, 2 for my kidney, a couple for my colon. It was just crazy the amount that I was taking trying to treat my symptoms. And back to the beaver dam. So let's say you find out that on the other side of that beaver, at that dam, is a beaver who's making the holes. So would you be smarter to keep on plugging the holes or get rid of the beaver? If you can replace the beaver and get him to a new place, you might not have so many problems with your dam, which is the same thing as your body. If you could go in and eliminate that oxidative stress on the other side, on the inside of our bodies, what would that look like? That's what I want you to believe and think about. Just what if doing this one thing in your body can make a difference in your quality of life? It got me rid of 90% of what I take, because just lowering the oxidative stress helped my body be its best. So that's my message I want to share with you today. So I'll leave you with the laughing yoga while I turn this off. But thanks for joining me. Please share this with all your friends and let them know what oxidative stress is. Have a great one.